In Kabul, 4 Afghan soldiers were killed when a roadside bomb exploded under their bus. Military officials said at least 6 other soldiers and 6 civilians were injured in the attack. A spokesman for the Taliban claimed responsibility for the bombing through social media. In the Russian city of Volgograd, a memorial ceremony marked the first anniversary of a bombing that killed 7 civilians on board a bus and injured at least 36. The attack was carried out by a female suicide bomber from the Republic of Dagestan. The October 21st bombing was followed 2 months later by 2 more terrorist attacks in Volgograd that killed a total of 34 people. In St. Petersburg, former residents of workers' housing camped out overnight in front of the city administration building. The protesters say the dormitory where they lived was privatized illegally and that dozens of residents now have no reliable housing. They are demanding that the city provide them with equivalent apartments. 3 protesters were detained the previous night. In the Georgian capital Tbilisi, dozens of activists banged pots and pans outside a government building to protest against domestic violence. The campaign against domestic abuse was launched in response to a number of cases of men killing their wives in recent months. In Kyrgyzstan, 7 activists continued their hunger strike for a 4th day to protest against rising electricity prices. The protesters have spent the duration of the hunger strike in a park in the capital, Bishkek, leaving only to sleep nearby in their cars. Kyrgyzstan is in the midst of an energy crisis that prompted a recent 50% price hike. In Peshawar, northwest Pakistan, journalists protested against the government's suspension of a private Urdu language television channel. Pakistan's media regulation body suspended ARY television for 15 days for airing an interview that purportedly maligned the country's judiciary. Another Urdu language channel, Jio, was banned earlier this year over a dispute with Pakistan's spy agency, the ISI. Afghan, Russian, and Georgian filmmakers were among the honorees at Tajikistan's International Film Festival in Dushanbe. Afghan film The Trilogy and a Russian film titled The Test each took home top awards on closing night on October 20th. The Didor Festival was timed to commemorate the 110th anniversary of the birth of Komil Yormatov, considered the father of Tajik and Uzbek cinema. And that's the Video Roundup from Radio Free Europe, Radio Liberty.